Okay, I'm again trying to address couple of things here from Deauville, Normandy in France. And this is to talk about HR, the evolution of HR over the last few decades. You know, it's maybe a topic that I will bring again in a few times over the next few weeks because it comes back regularly. What is in common the most between the people that I coach on that subject when it is especially about reviews? Reviews that reveals something about HR that I really think is really not right at all. HR does not have a knowledge of the team members for a leader when it comes the time to give a review. And the review is really the result of many things. It's a conversation also between the supervisor and the direct reports. It's a one-on-one about performance, about planning, and about also career development. Companies have their own culture. It's amazing about HR and about reviews. But reviews is really a topic that reveals that something is wrong. HR in a long time ago was very involved in career development, very involved in individual career development. There were much more people involved in watching and supporting people throughout their careers. But when comes the time of layoffs or economical challenges, HR plays a role that is not very, how can I say, doesn't have really much of integrity, let's put it this way. And then people start playing that politics where narrative starts to be built on. It's not really based on truth, but especially, which is the most amazing thing, it's about not knowing the individual person that got a review that doesn't reflect the truth. And the supervisor is being told, literally, and I'm here to say things that are really blunt, black and white, to say, well, I was told to give a bad review. It's not that I wanted to, or it's not that this person deserves one. It's not the point. It's that we use and we leverage a review to accommodate something that has nothing to do with the employee, but on the contrary, with the employer. And then behind that lies different manipulations or tactics that are legal, that can protect the company, etc., etc. But I go back to what I just said about decades ago, when HR had a role to play. I could even imagine, like really an old man would imagine a wall with little cards that shows every employee with different colors, that employee or series of employees are now meant for the next promotion and what is really meant for them in a way or another. So a way or another in terms of what they deserve, what have been observed, what are the metrics to judge if someone is deserving or not deserving. Of course, there's all kind of other external metrics to the relationship between the employee and the supervisor, between the criteria of team playing and the criteria of performance about sales or about growth, things that are common between everybody in the way of calculating a commission or a bonus, especially based on results. All of that, should be totally fair, totally calculated, fairly, and explained in details because people want to know. HR, when it comes to calibration, for example, they're going to come with an opinion about this employee and eventually downgrade a higher review or higher grade, or how you call it, for an employee that was in fact beyond judged by the employer, by the supervisor, to be a high performer. And then you've got HR coming and giving a calibrated result that really diminishes that. And they have no clue about this person and have no day-to-day experience with that person. It's totally, totally wrong. And, as a coach, I try to always coach different people. But lately, the last example was one that really decided that he's going to resign because he can't, as a supervisor, say things that is not reflect the truth. It is told to do things, to say something, or to downgrade someone when that person was absolutely not deserving it. Well, adding that those people are friends, he considers them as friends, so he feels very disloyal. He feels really like, doing something so damaging to these people because he's told. And then you've got this HR, going with policies and with different ways of dictating that are not meant for HR to do. It is totally not the case. And if really upper management needs to do something about layoffs or anything like that, do it the right way. Just face it and just tell the employees and pay the price if there is even the price to pay to lay off someone or give any kind of of indemnity. So this is very important that we base things on truth. It's important that HR is a trusted entity, that those people that are representing HR and are really there to support the managers, supports the supervisors, does the job of making the right move and being eventually even supportive to the employees. Give the support that the employees need, like coaching, but like also sometimes therapy, because people go through a lot of emotional turmoils. But this is what HR is about. It's a well-intended, a good-founded entity that reflects a culture of growth and a culture of positivity, but also a culture of truth and integrity. Politics never wins. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I have been myself very, very averse to play politics. Even I think you would say it's very naive to say that. Absolutely not. When you base things in sincerity, of course you refrain from saying different things. That's politics, because it would hurt or it would mislead people. But even based on truth. So you refrain. You are keeping information away from people sometimes because it would really distract or sends the wrong message. But globally, and here is the point, HR is a supportive entity. HR is a human relations, that's how it's called, entity that really takes care of human beings and takes all the resources and all the manners that are necessary to make the ride a smooth one for everybody, even